different sponsors that made this event. Dave Towle, Ed and Dave George, Chuck Howland. There's a look at just a couple of them that help make this event possible here in Akron, Ohio. And we take a look right here at Mike-Samardzija opening the match, the semifinal match on lane 25. Running high, but breaking up that split, leaving only the 610.
Yeah, fortunate that he just left the split, and Mike's a good spare shooter. He's going for a harder ball, one that will get a little less friction to shoot his spare. I believe that's what he's doing, and it is.
He hasn't put his hand in this ball at all. He's going to pull it out and shoot the spare with it right away.
Well, he's a pro shop operator. Maybe he didn't think he's going to have any spares, but he does convert the 610.
Our statistician this week, Mike McGrath, informs us that Samardzija didn't throw a strike in practice.
Excellent shot. Leaves the ringing 7. Not much of adjustment to be made on that shot. Just get back there and throw the same one next time. He switches balls also for the spare. And he shot at this spare a couple times last game, so he should know how to pick it up.
Cross lane at the 7-pin. And has it. Dave Davis has won the Tournament of Champions twice, the Senior Masters once. We asked him to compare winning both events.
I don't know. I'll tell you what it is inside of me is it's a major. You know, anytime I can get near the majors, I kind of really get sniffy. You know, I want to sniff around that flagpole a little bit closer because the majors are a step above everything else, and when I get to play well in a major, I really want to win them. You know, I really get kind of over-keyed sometimes, but that's to me the Masters, the Tournament of Champions, all the majors. US Open, I really get wound up, and maybe that's why I win them.
Well, he was wound up trying to leave a solid 8 there, but it fell over.
Yes, it did. And I think he felt like he pulled that ball inside his target a little bit, but he had good speed. He's got that great arm swing that makes those at the foul line corrections, and he was able to keep the ball on line, and all 10 are gone.
Almost left the 4-pin this time.
Made a better shot that frame. Got the ball out onto the lane, kept it in the pocket, just didn't quite trip out the 4-pin.
Again, gets a different ball to shoot the 4-pin, cross lane at it. At the 4-pin, flush in the face. Mike opened up by winning, the first 5 matches before he lost to John Hatz, who's our tournament leader. Came back in the battle for second place, defeated Dave Davis. Had a tie there in that second match. Must have won. Is that a 2-frame roll-off or a 1-game roll-off?
That's a 2-frame roll-off. He won 49-35.
Wow. Will it make it? No. 2-4-5.
Well, he continues to be lost. As Mike said, he didn't strike in the practice, and he hasn't come too close except for the second frame this game.
Do you think that he could learn a little bit from Avery and move a little bit further right, get out right of that second arrow?
Well, I know if it was me, I would have been watching the right-handers bowling prior to my match, so I think he should have been watching.
At the 2-4-5, perfectly converted. Mike, an excellent spare shooter. Davis, 4-pin advantage, can increase it to 14 if he can strike on lane 26.
As you saw, Dave's career earnings of almost $760,000. And there's just a perfect Dave Davis strike. You just got to love to watch that.
He's sniffing a little bit more right now, I think. I'll tell you what, he's senses it.
Now here we see it again. Look at that beautiful arm swing, the good extension. And here it comes, 10 in the pit.
It's amazing how in all sports, the great ones, when they get around like a majors he's talking about, seem to elevate their abilities and their performance.
Well, they certainly do. This is definitely more important than a regular senior tournament. And you can see he wants it.
Our proprietor here, Fred Borden, on the right. Next to him, his lovely wife, Sue, who helps him run this business. He's also the Team USA coach. Travels all over the world teaching bowling, one of the greatest ambassadors for bowling that we have.
That's right, and he's been Dave Davis's coach for years, and he's a dynamic man. He really knows how to get a man pumped up.
Mike needs to pump up right now as he gets his first strike here in the 4th frame, trailing by 24 pins. I think a strike here is almost a must to put some pressure on this Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he needs to get it going now, and he made the proper adjustment off that 4-pin on lane 26. On lane 25, he hasn't been close to the pocket, so this is a very key shot to put the pressure back on Dave and to get a little confidence on the left-hand lane.
Confidence being the big key, right? For the double. Nice break. Looked like he did move a little right.
He might have just moved a little bit further over to the right. You can see he's really getting that ball out in the lane, delaying the hook. Beautiful shot.
Davis working on 3 in a row, and 7 out of his last 8, I believe.
Here's a look at Mike's delivery. You can see the way he lofts the ball out on the lane, and that good light pin action.
You love that hit.
Yeah, that light hit helped me out many times.
I think you like it even when the other guys get it. So
it's exciting to watch.
Dave stepped off, regrouped, flushed it anyway. He's locked in right now, Marshall.
Yeah, it looks like Dave's starting to feel really comfortable about the way he's delivering the ball. His shots are going high flush, and there's really nothing to worry about after he throws the ball. It's just perfect.
10 in the pit. Did you ever play that game where you got 2 points for 10 in the pit, a strike or 1 point for a strike, and then -1 or 2 for not striking?
Yeah, I played that game, and I never did very well at it because most of my hits were off hits.
Trying for 5 in a row on lane 25. Boy, he's just lining it in on that lane.
Yeah.
Dave Davis, red hot here in our semifinal match. He's leading Mike-Samardzija, but he's going to try and come back. We'll see if he can make it right after this. Stay tuned.